Hey there, it's YoBo and Mattie Bertha Canton Bowie. Welcome back to day 250 of Life According to YoBo. One thing I can say, Grandma Mattie B, your life has not been in vain. Your stupid decision that you made on December 3rd, 1931 was not in vain. Look at you. You look like you can fight, don't she? She's all prim and proper. Look, got her dress on with the big bow on. This was a beautiful portrait that my mom had. Look at her hair pulled up in a bun, but she looked like she could do. Boy, I'm telling you. They had to kill you to get you to stop fighting. Well, welcome back. Day 250 Life According to YoBo. We started about day 220 something talking about my grandmother's life, and now we are completely finished. I think we are done with the whole series. Let me find my notes and see. Yesterday, day 249 message, I shared with you how my sister had the opportunity to get over it. She had to make a decision while sitting in the airport that I want to be with my daddy after she talked all that mess for all these years about him. Now, when it's all said and done and her flight is canceled, no flights out, she literally spent the night in the airport trying to get from Maryland to California to lay him to rest. Go back and find my notes. Best thing for you is to get over it. When people tell you get over it, get over it. Girl, you need to get over it. You just need to get over it. You know what? You need to get over it. You really, really need to get over it. People don't say that to be harsh, but think of it as a person in jail. And I'm standing and I'm holding the key up here and I'm dangling the key. It's up to you if you take the key or not. These principles that I'm giving to you, it's up to you to take them and say, I'm ready to get over this. My mama and her siblings, they did not want to get over it. But life always presented them with opportunities. Just like my mother finally got over it, that wasn't her first opportunity to get over it. When she went to counseling, she sought professional help. That wasn't her first opportunity. She had plenty opportunities. If you don't have medical insurance and you don't have access to professional help, you can still get over it. It may be a process because in your mind, you got to get your mind to the point where you're ready to get over it. And as bad as my mother and her siblings' relationship was with their dad, believe it or not, he was the only grandparent we had. I had no other grandparent but him. My dad only had one parent, a mother, and my mother only had one parent, a father. So I started off minus two grandparents. Once you take McKinley Bowie out the picture, I have one grandparent. But she was about age 60 when I was born. So by the time she died, I was age 12. She was in her 60s. I'll put it that way when I was born. So by the time I was 12, she passed away. Plus she lived in Texas. I lived in California. So I may have seen her a couple times. And McKinley lived in Oakland. We lived in LA, so we weren't that far away. So that was the only grandparent I had. And it probably took a whole lot of nerve for him to get on the bus and come to California to see his daughters, knowing the baggage that he carried around. I don't think he was able to get over what he did, knowing he was responsible for his wife's death. But even in the midst of it all, he was man enough to get on a bus and come to his daughter's homes, Mama's home and Aunt Helen's home, even though Aunt Helen didn't want him there. You got to heal. Mom and her siblings, all this time that they refused to heal, they carried around junk in their trunk. Mama, by the time she finally was able to heal, she could look back on her life and she was able to clearly see that hatred was the sting of death. That's where a lot of us are. We're dead. Our spirit is dead. Our soul is dead. Even in the happiest occasion, there's a part of us that still can't rejoice. There's a part of us that still can't celebrate because a part of us is dead. Something happened. A part of us died, and we have refused to resurrect it. No casket, no embalming fluid, no flowers, no trip to the graveyard, but you still dead. My daughter describes hate as emotional embalming fluid. It'll kill you. But there's a way to get past it. YoBo, you say get over it. How do you get over it? With the truth. The truth will make you free. Not the truth about what happened. Not the truth about what they did. Not the truth about everybody know and they want to pretend like nothing happened. Not that truth, but the truth about you. And what's the truth about you? Same as the truth was for me. I kept telling myself, I'm better than this. It's the same for you. You're better than that. Oh, no. There's more to life for you. You better than that. In and out of bouts of depression, in and out of sickness, in and out of anger. No. Honey boon, you are better than that. Last week I posted a video on my website. I shared it from my friend Dwayne Shig. And in it, he talked about 3 things: eliminate, evacuate, and escalate. And that's what I want to talk to you about, talk about to you now as we wrap up this series on Mattie, Bertha, Canton, Bowie. What happens if you don't eliminate? I asked my daughter because she has a medical background and I thought she would give me something technical, but she said, "You're full of SHIT." And I had to laugh, but you know what? What happens when you don't eliminate? What is that elimination when it's in your intestines and you have not gone to the bathroom in 2 weeks? That stuff is waste. It's toxic. It's poison. But nowadays, you can go to the doctor, they can cut you open, and they can remove the obstruction. You ever hear people say that? Oh, he had surgery. They had an obstruction in their intestines. They got to get it out by any means necessary, or it will kill the patient. When you have not eliminated spiritually, same thing. There is an obstruction, and you have to get it out by any means necessary. When there's an obstruction physically, it causes pain, it causes discomfort. You can't do the things you like most because all it does is add to the problem. You know what I like to do most? I like to eat. So if I have an obstruction, I can't eat because it's only going to add to the problem. When you have an obstruction emotionally, spiritually, no matter what's going on, it adds to the problem. I told you can't celebrate even in the happiest of times because there is a problem. The next thing Dwayne Shig said was when there's elimination, remove the obstruction and then evacuate. Sometimes you just have to get away from everybody. Evacuate everything. Get along with yourself. Find out the truth about you. Get away. I've told you in the last few days, you don't have to surround yourself with the people who hurt you. You don't have to surround yourself with the people who knew you were hurt, and yet they want to be in denial and they don't want to talk about it. It's okay. Evacuate, not because you're mad, not because you want to show them, but you want to evacuate because you got to work on getting yourself together. Once you have eliminated, once you have evacuated, and you gotten to the point where you say, you know what? Fine, I'm ready to get over it. Then you can escalate. Because my mother was able to evacuate, she was able to escalate. First, she had to eliminate. She had to eliminate all the hate. The hatred she felt toward her father for being the cause of her mother's death. Then she had to evacuate. She had to get along with the doctor, Dr. Davidson. She called him the talking doctor. She had to spend time with him and get to the root of the problem. Then Mama was able to escalate. Honey, that's what you need to do. Eliminate. And I don't tell people what they need to do, but now I'm telling you what you need to do. Eliminate, evacuate, and then get ready to escalate. And this time when you soar, you don't get so high. And then all of a sudden that baggage, look, you soaring. And all of a sudden all that baggage you're carrying begins to pull you right back down. The bottom line, my daughter says in this script, just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you have to deal with their BS. Even if they said, well, I'm sorry. Oh, we're going to cover that later. Come back, because tomorrow we're going to start about the folk who done people wrong. And then now they want to play crazy all of a sudden. They want to act like they don't know what happened. Oh, okay. We ain't going for that. Last thing my daughter says, you are not Celie. You're not living in Mister's house. If you want to help somebody, that's fine. If you don't want to help, that's fine too. That's the way we deal with people who have done us wrong and now they want our help. If it's not going to be good for you, don't do it. But you know what? That whole situation may be orchestrated just for you to have a little talk with yourself. This may be life presenting you with an opportunity to get over it. It's life according to YoBo. Come back tomorrow for day 251. See ya.